And you are listening to Love Bay Afrobeat Music Talk Radio, your number one African Caribbean online radio. My name is DJ TY, be the place to be. It's another wonderful day here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, folks. It's a very beautiful day, I will tell you. It's very beautiful because we've been having it so bad over the past couple of weeks, months, I would say, in this part of the world. So, as I always say, if you live in a very warm country, just stay there. Just stay there. Just stay there. Don't even try to come here. But today we are going to have a very wonderful show to present to you. Petra is on an assignment, and to Ron Molinga, wherever you are, Ron has had a family emergency where his father-in-law has joined the Lord in heaven. So, Ron, wherever you are, our sincere sympathies goes out to you and Lisa and the entire family. All the same, we are going to have a very great show for you and with you. This morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you may be, folks, a diva is going to be having a conversation with me, or the other way around. I'm going to be having a conversation with a diva. When I say a diva, a diva, a diva. Well, she's not new to Love Bay Afrobeat Music Talk Radio. She's been here on occasions, and we appreciate her presence anytime and every time she is here. Susan August is her name. I would like to use her Ghanaian name, Adoko. Yes. Susan is with us here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you may be around the globe, and this is Susan. Hi, Susan. How are you doing?
I'm blessed. Yourself?
Um, God is good. I'm alive. I'm good. I'm good. I'm really really good. It's so great to have you right here on Highway 6 to Africa. As usual, you've been here, so you are not new to this station. Uh,
Hmm.
you're not new. We always have a very great conversation. What I would
That's
say is that we've monitoring your career from the first time you were here, and that's why we always want to catch up, and with all our distinguished um, guests anytime we feel like doing that. So we've caught up with you. Just like I'm saying, I have I particularly been going after your every step that you've made. So to the new listeners here listening to us and watching us from around the globe, would you please um, introduce yourself, say something about yourself, to reintroduce yourself to the new listeners and to those of you who know her, well, the way is your.
okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So my name is Susan August. You can call me Adoko, as you said, and I'm a singer, songwriter, performer, currently also a coach, and I'm a Ghana girl born in Obuasi,
Oh,
born in the Ashanti region. Yeah, who has loved music. Music has been my healing. Um, Music and performance has been my healing, and I'm on the journey of using my voice um, to heal myself and to heal others as well.
awesome,
Yes, that
awesome,
is my
awesome, awesome,
introduction.
awesome, awesome. How did you get into music?
It's a good question. I'll say the first experience with like singing in a public domain was in senior high school. I went to St. Louis, Slopsa, in
Oh,
Kumasi. Yes,
mercy, yeah,
so I grew up in Obuasi. I wanted to go to Westie Girls, ended up in St. Louis.
reggae.
and then
That's right.
and then I started the choir. Actually, my seniors took me to the choir practice, I think, on the first 2 days. And I started singing in the choir. I was very, very shy, minding my business, but I was, pushed to do that. And I think that was the basis of me singing. And The first story of me singing like alone was in Catholic school. You know, you have to sing the responsorial psalm. You have to recite it, and then they would recite back to you. They'll respond.
Mm-hmm.
And one sister from Nigeria came, and I was the first person at choir practice. So she was like, "Come and learn how to sing it instead of just recite it." And then she taught me, and the next Sunday, I had to sing in front of the whole school. And I think that was maybe one of the first times I was put on the spot to sing for a crowd like that. Yes.
Wow. So how was the initiation? If I would say, how did you feel? Like being in front
Mm,
of, like you said you're a shy person,
mhm.
and to be put in front of you know um, an audience like that. How was it? How did you get it? How did you find
I didn't sleep. I didn't I didn't
it?
sleep the night before. In
Mm,
fact, for the rest of my time in school, every Saturday night was a big, feat for me because I had to think about it and rehearse in my head, and I didn't want to sing too loud, and the dorms people look at me. So it was something I needed to do to like get out of my shell. I was put in that spot, but yeah, I was terrified. I can't lie.
so that was in high school. That was in secondary school, right?
Yes, that was in high school.
And did your parents know about it? Because um, I come from that stock. How did they get out? How did they take it when they heard that you were heading towards that path?
The first time actually that they heard about it was after I came back from senior high school. There was a friend of mine who said, "Oh, I heard you're singing in school and you have a great voice, so he needs me to do a verse. Yeah, he needs me to do a chorus for a song." And I was like, I had never done it before. I had to write a song. I mean, I had been writing to myself, but as I
Mhm.
had to write a song and go to the studio to record, that was also like a challenge for me. But I went to the studio, I didn't tell anybody. I just went to record it, came back quietly. And then my brother's friend was actually the engineer. So I don't know how, but my cousin somewhere heard the song and called my mom from the song. My mom said, "Ah, which song?" So that was how my mom heard it. And then my dad, "No, don't go to that studio again.
Uh-huh.
It's Rasta people that are there." And men are there, don't go there again. So that was like the initial reaction. Um, but I think they saw that I was stubborn. So so now they needed to be part. I mean, they wanted to protect me,
Yeah, yeah,
because
I understand. I
their thought
understand.
was that I'm a woman, and most of the time, truth be told, I would go to the studio and there are 10 men around and I'm the only,
Mm,
female there. So I understand it as I grew up, but at that time I was like, I wanted to do this. So they needed to be there, to guide me because they realized that this is what I really wanted to do. Yeah.
yeah, I can equate what you just said to myself. And a lot of my parents and my siblings and people within the family didn't know that well they caught some glimpse of me being a musician because back in the day I would just take some milk tins and I'll be playing and doing all this kind of stuff. But when I went to the high school, Winnipeg Secondary School, I will say, um, I started. I had a band. I put up a group together, a very good group. The late Michael Latte, God bless his soul, a very great guitarist, and we put up a school group. And then when I had just finished I mean, I was playing around secretly, and when on my last day after my A level, I went to. Um, there was a group called the Barbecues from Accra, very great group. They came to perform at the Winnipeg Specialist. I don't know what the name is right now. And I went in there, so I knew. couple of the guys said, "Tio, come on stage." So I went and did a couple of songs, and trust me, the following day, before noon, the news was back home at my place. That hey, the guy was on stage singing, and I said, "Oh, geez, God help me to pass this exam," because they got a that glimpse that I was going to be a musician. So, well, it all ended there, and then got so good. I left before the results came out. I left Ghana before the results came out, and you know what? I came to continue my university education here in Canada, and well, it didn't end there. I put up a group together, and you know, it didn't. It's been so um, ever since because back in the day, even right now, well, right now it's a little bit different. You're going to be a musician. Oh my God, they are bad people and stuff like that, right? So
Yeah.
I can see where they wanted to protect you because income wise, was it good? Um, ethically, you know, in everything, right? Was it good? You being a woman, I think I understand where they were coming from, but do I say they were right then and now? Because now that you are in there, what will they be saying seeing you in the limelight there? So I understand where they were coming from. My second question to you would be: you said you were writing song. What was the first song that you remember writing?
Hmm. The funny thing is, I don't remember the exact song,
Mhm.
but I remember that there was a song I wrote in school, and
Mhm. Yeah.
I didn't want people to know that I wrote the song, so I started teaching my friends. I taught like two of them, and I told them there's one popular artist, and then the whole class learned the song, and so they would sing it with me before finally I confessed because I wanted to see the reaction of
Mhm.
how they liked the song first before I confessed that I sang it. So I
Mhm.
think that was my first memory. And then I think another memory
No,
recently,
hold it
which
right there. You better go find it because it may worth some millions of dollars.
true,
You better
actually,
go find it because that's what I've
true.
been telling. When I we have conversations with the artists and they can, what was the first one? I don't remember. There was one artist I've forgotten his name. God, yeesh. And I said, what was it? He said, I don't remember, but I'll go find it. I said, if you find it, go and re-record it. And he went and did, and it became a hit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's one
I have
of
to
these.
find
That's right. So go, better go find it. It may
need
worth
to find
something.
it.
Yeah, yeah. And even the paper that where you wrote the lyrics on.
It's,
Yeah,
I'm sure it's in one of my exercise books, and
better go find it.
I still have my exercise books in a box somewhere.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and I think the second one, that one, it was actually my nieces. So I would go visit. I'll come to Accra from Obuasi, come and visit them, and then I would write these songs, and then they would learn it. So recently they were singing it back to me, and I was laughing because I didn't even remember the song, and they were singing it to me that oh they really really remember that particular. It was like four lines of a song that I wrote for them, and then so it was quite interesting to see how they still kept that memory of me trying to write,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was good. And then after you've done that, and after you've been thrown into the limelight, you remember the first time you heard yourself or you heard your music being played on the radio or anywhere?
mm. I would say in Obuasi, when I did the first time I went to the studio, after we did, I think maybe the third song. And funny enough, it was a dance hall song.
Okay.
It was a dance hall song, and they would play it, in the bars and the pubs, but people didn't know it was me.
Yeah, yeah.
At that time they didn't know it was me because I also wasn't going out. You won't see me anywhere.
Mhm.
My dad would not let you go anywhere,
That's
so
right.
I'm in
Mhm.
the house. So my brother was there, he's the son of the house, so he was always outside with his friends. So he would now be telling me that, oh, so he took me up to somewhere, and then they started playing the song, and it felt really nice and really cool to see that my voice, people were dancing to the song and all that. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was interesting.
Yeah, yeah. And with that, having said that, um, after that, I want to get something. After that, when he came out and told you that, oh, your music has been playing, how did your parents feel right now? Because when they were trying to protect you, and then you resisted in a way, and you embarked on that kind of trajectory, um, how did they feel?
I think they're proud, and they're very proud. And sometimes I see that my mom, although in the beginning they wouldn't tell me, but I realized that they'll be telling other
Mhm.
people or
That's
discussing it with
oh
other
yeah,
people, and then all their friends know about it or they watch my music and stuff like that. So that's when I realized that, oh, okay. But I did have a conversation with my dad, which was, very relieving because, my dad did medicine, and at that time they said, oh, you are the last born, so you have to do this,
uh-huh.
otherwise, so I felt that pressure. So I also wasn't sure how to navigate that until he sat me down and said, I know this is what you want to do, and you have the freedom to do it. And I think that really calmed me down a little bit. It
Yeah,
calmed down the pressure on
that's
me.
right. Last born association. I'm a last born too. Last born association.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. Awesome, awesome. And how do you stay motivated to do this? All in all of this.
That's a good question. The motivation is always there's always waves, just like
Right.
life.
This industry, yeah.
But I think mostly the people around me, keeping good energy around me has been a good thing. There are people who see something beyond what I see,
Yeah. Hmm.
and sometimes those people encourage me. I feel like this journey you can't do it alone,
Yeah.
and so there are people that have consistently, not just been there for a short time, but consistently have believed in me in some way
Hmm.
and have motivated me in one way or another when I've been down or when I didn't feel like doing this anymore. There are
Yeah.
people who come out like angels, let me say,
That's
and
right. That's
motivate.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. This industry is not easy. It's not easy at all. You need the right people to push you and then to do it, because sometimes it's so um it's kind of tough, because I've been through doing tours and all those kind of stuff. So I'm kind of, do I have to continue playing to thousands of people, and then do I have to continue? But if you get people say, okay, just do it. It's so encouraging. The right people, the right advice and stuff like that. Yeah. With your music, how do you put it? Do you put it jazz? Do you put it how? Because it's a little bit to put you in a very one corner and say, okay, yeah, that she's doing Afrobeat. She's doing that. She's doing that. Where do you place it?
Um, I would say that I normally say it's soul music because I feel like every song that I do, I'm putting a bit of my soul into it. And that's how I describe it.
Mhm.
Um, but I've always, people have always said I have a jazzy tone. My tone is very jazzy. So that's why I add the jazz. But I don't think I started off thinking that I was going to make jazz. But even learning about jazz, I'm noticing jazz is in is in everything that we do. Even our high life is very jazzy. So as I'll say that the full thing is soul music, but it has hints of my background and what I've listened to and what has affected me and what has, molded me
Mhm.
into an artist right now. And that is jazz, high life.
Mhm.
So yes, so that
Yeah, it's
few.
very difficult to put it
It's
down.
difficult also because I'm always exploring.
That's right. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
mean the same stuff. Yeah, you cannot
yeah.
put me. Some people say, "Oh, you play highlight," but no, I don't per se, because it depends on how I'm looking at things when I'm writing. Because I love writing halls, I like
Mm.
arranging, I like so. I said, "Geez, man, how do you do that?" And mostly, honestly, one secret about me is that I write my homes one shot in the studio. I don't do it outside. I do that. So it depends on how I feel, and then I do it, and it's not a good, it's not a bad thing, because when just like I'm saying, you saying you do soul. Soul has some little things of jazz and stuff like that, right? So it's good, because if you do that and somebody is listening to your music, the person, you get about say 3 or 4 people who have different, love for different genres like jazz, soul, what have you, high life. You can get little bits and pieces of that in the music. So I think
Yeah.
it's a very good thing. Now let's talk about in Ghana, for instance. Okay, you've done what you have. You've caught the eye of so many people, and then you took that exceptional talent outside of the country. How was it? And then just tell us a little bit about how you transitioned from Ghana and then into onto the world stage, if I can put it that way.
So my first chance to actually go outside with music was with a residency. And actually, I had realized that as much as I love music and I'm in Ghana, sometimes there are some systems that don't always work in our favor. So
Mhm,
I'm
mhm.
someone who is always looking for, different opportunities to
That's
expand.
great. Hmm.
And so when I saw the residency, it was an all female residency. I joined, it was in Ghana. I did the first one. And then the opportunity came for you to apply to get an exchange residency from Berlin, Accra, Berlin. And then I applied and I was able to go for 2 months. In the 2 months, you are not told what to do. You are basically left to do whatever. Like they've sorted out your accommodation, which was good. You have enough to feed yourself and move around. And I was like, what can I do with the time? And in Ghana, most of my income and most of what I do is performing. So I was like, okay, how do I translate that over there? So my whole thing was I'm following the music. Where are they playing live music? How do I get there? Started navigating how to move around and just started, going to venues. And the very shy person, I was like, I have to talk to people. I have 2 months. So my first month was me, although I had one major festival that they had already booked for me, everything else was, you know, most of them, it was summertime. We got there, we had the meeting, everybody went on vacation. So figure yourself out. And I think I met people. Maybe met the right people, and it was just conversations. And people would say, "I would say, can I perform here?" They are like, "Yes, you can," and then would set it up. So by September, I went there for one show and ended up doing about 7 shows,
Wow.
over there, which was really, really exciting. Also interesting to see how people who probably don't understand the language all the time, because I'm always mixing English,
Mhm,
Gachi,
mhm. Oh yeah,
how they would
yeah,
react, how they react
yeah,
to my
yeah.
music as well. And it was great. And so that's why last year I also decided that I would love to do that and build on the
Hmm.
relationships
Hmm.
that I got over there and go back again, this time on my own. And yes, also got about 10 shows as well to go and
Wow.
perform again using the same relationships and also new ones as well. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, like I used to think that to be able to break into the world stage, right, you just have to write stuff, lyrics in English and stuff like that. But if we have to go back and look at Angelique Kidjo, yeah, she's doing her own thing. Sometimes
Yeah.
that was our mindset, even with some of my hits and stuff like that, right?
People
Uh,
still say
yeah,
it. People still say it, yeah.
That's right. You just have to do it your way. It is the music. It's not the lyrics. Some people. I always tell people when they bring up, sorry, when we have a conversation like this, they say, "What about Mani Dibango?" So Makosa, for instance, was just doing his own thing, and fella was doing so many different kinds of recordings in the Yoruba language and so many things. So you do it the way you feel like doing it. Well, we don't have to conform to anybody's standards. No, back in the day that was it, but today it's a different world, right?
Yeah.
I quite
Yeah.
remember back in the day, if you have to travel abroad, you just have to go in your suit and tie to go on the plane. Today, people go on track and stuff like that. So you do your thing. You bring out your Africanness in you and you take it with you anywhere, and everywhere you go. So actually, I applaud you for doing that, and then don't change it. Don't change it at all. What does your creative process look like? How do you?
Mm,
Mhm.
yeah, that's interesting.
You
So most of the time, if I, yeah, most of the time, I would just, I'm finding different processes now, but I think in the past it would be through conversations. Like I'll have conversations and then I'll get an idea. I will put the few words that I have down, and then start building on melodies. So melodies is mostly my first thing
right.
before the words come. So melodies come very, very easy to me compared to the lyrics, and then I'll start building. And I like hooks. I'll build a hook first, and then I'll start building around the song, around the hook.
Mhm.
So usually that's how it happens. But also lately I've been free writing because
Yeah,
I also realize that sometimes when I'm waiting for the inspiration, it doesn't come. So I'm like, okay, let me just free write. Whatever is coming into my head, I'm
that's
just
right.
writing without
Hmm.
overthinking it too much. And then after that, I see how to structure it better,
Hmm.
and then I have people that I work with. I have a producer that I work with. I'm trying to also find other people to collaborate with to build it better. But for now, that's how I've been navigating it. And
Yeah,
I also like to hear it live first, how
yeah.
it will sound,
Mhm.
before I'm able to put it into the song, the written down song, produced song.
Yeah. With mine, it's like as soon as it comes in, I got it. I'll just stretch it, boom, 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 and just let's go. And then I'll just sit back, and then I don't, hold back. And in the studio, the first take, I just put. I mostly use about 70% of the first take in the studio. That's what I do because it's like going to, somebody teasing you, you just want to go and fight somebody, somebody hits you, and then you always try the first blow. The first blow is the most dangerous one, right?
Authentic.
That's right. So you just you just put it down and then you move on. Yeah, I look at the same. I'm on this out of the same stuff. Folks, I'm in conversation with the amazing Susan August. She is having a conversation here with me and myself having a conversation with her. She's all the way in the beautiful country of Ghana in West Africa, folks. Join us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this beautiful program here, Highway 6 to Africa. Somebody asked me the other time, said, how did you guys come up with the name Highway 6 to Africa? Africa has been divided by the African Union in 6 regions. Well, the sixth region is for the diaspora. So we said, why not? Let's go home. Let's go to Africa. So we'll put everything together, and this is where we are right now. How do you handle criticism or feedback in everything that you do?
Mm. I think that criticism is always good when it's coming with with
If it's constructive.
yes, if it's constructive. So I take it as that is your feedback.
Mhm.
Um, pick what I can, and then because as for the criticism, you get plenty, and sometimes the opinions, because everybody will tell you how you should do it. But I also feel like there's a level of authenticity that you have to keep in it, especially if you are forcing too much to do what other people are saying. So there's a balance between taking constructive criticism and also allowing that to always dictate how you move. So I am learning, and I would say it's a process. I'm
Mhm.
learning how to balance that and not allow it to get to me all the time.
That's
But
right.
I'm human. So
Mhm.
sometimes,
Mhm.
yes, you do dwell on it a little, but then you're like, okay, but then what? I have to move.
And can you share any interesting trends or development in this industry? Any interesting trends in this industry? Because, like, let's put it from Ghana. The interesting trends in Ghana is the Ghanaian music industry is very interesting, I would say. Very, very funny, very interesting. Yes. Um, the opportunity has been there for a long time, but I don't think we have taken advantage of that. We have not. We have not. I know the reasons why I'm saying that because we have tried as much as possible to bring people onto the world stage like this because on this program we have so many people listening and industry biggies always looking for talent and stuff like that. But then it feels like we we look inside ourselves as opposed to outside there. And we are celebrities in Ghana, but we don't look outside. We've done so much. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if Shatawale says that, okay, he built, I agree with him. He built Afrobeat, what it is, Burna Boy and all those kind of stuff. I agree. But because we are satisfied with what we have and we don't go outside. That is how personally I feel. What is your take on that?
Yeah, there's a level of a lot of people are comfortable,
Mhm.
but I'll also say that there's also a lot of knowledge that can be more knowledge that can be shared between the past generation and then the current, let's say
Mhm.
maybe even the
Mhm.
Gen Zs. There's a wide gap between what is happening now and then those of us in the middle and then those,
Mhm.
so it's like everyone has experienced things that if we come together we could actually find a way to actually resolve them properly. But everybody is fighting against, okay, this is how it was, and these people are saying this is how it is now. you know but
Yeah.
then there's a middle ground where we could all learn from each other, and I think that's something I've been thinking about lately. Because I mean, Ebotela, rest in peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
he did a
simple.
lot as well, and trust me, a lot of people didn't even know him till he
I had a
passed
chance
away.
to I had a chance to perform with him on two occasions
That's
in Toronto.
beautiful.
So yeah, God bless his soul. Yeah, yeah.
And there are people that do not know the history of what we are doing, and so as
Mhm.
much as it is okay that there are new things coming, and now there's AI, there's a lot of things that we can that we are using, but there has to be some knowledge passed on. Um, yeah, and I think there's a gap between the people doing the music. There's too much division.
Yeah, I agree with you. There has to be something there that can bring people out. Look, if you do music and you do it the right way, like look at in Nigeria, for instance, every time there's an Afrobeat artist, they are organized, very
Hmm.
organized, uncompromising, very, 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 very organized. And when they put things together. Now, Afrobeat is ruling the world right now, whether we like it or not,
Yeah.
right? Whether we like it or not, Afrobeat is right there. But if you come to the genesis of Afrobeat, it originated from Ghana. I don't care what anybody says. Because with
Yeah.
Fela, for instance, and Nicola Pokuti, God bless his soul, my idol, he when he was in Ghana, right, he got a high life music, high life, transcends between Nigeria and Ghana and stuff like that. Kola Lobitos, that was his first group performing Ghana. and then he developed it, and then it became Afrobeat, and he never, so they have developed it up until right now, where they've taken over the world. Because the type of Afrobeat that he espoused is not the same thing. Now, his was Afrobeat, but today is Afrobeat with an S.
Yes.
Right? That is the difference. A lot of people don't know that, and they've improved it, and then they're making great money out of it. It's an industry of itself.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think it's high time Musica with Bessa, my brother. Um, there has to be a symposium to bring something of that kind of nature there. There's no difference between the old and the new, because if sampling is there, sampling some of these samples were from the old stock, and just
Yeah.
blend things together, and you know put things together and then make it work, because we've got a talent. I have to let you know, we've got the talent in Ghana that has got to be taken. I don't know. So it saddens me sometimes, right? It saddens
Mhm.
me. Yeah, it saddens me. And how do you stay updated and informed about the development in this field? How do you stay informed?
A lot of social media, and also learning from people, people who have been in the industry, asking questions when I can, and yeah, I think there's a lot of information online when you want to when you're looking for things, but also asking the right people. I mean, recently someone was telling me about Julie Okine, who did were one of the first women from Cape Coast who recorded with 80 Mensa.
Oh,
um yes, and because I'm doing this, I have a concert now, and I'm trying to put more of the women on stage,
great.
and I was trying to say that, okay, I'm bringing some of the young acts on board, but I would also want to have that space, to bring some of the women who have also impacted the music industry in the past,
Awesome.
on stage as well. So I was looking at that, and then someone sent me her music, and I was like, oh, we I saw like three videos. I mean, I googled her on YouTube to find the song, and I found maybe like three videos about it, and I was like, how come we're not talking about this, as much as we should?
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's more of like listening to people. That's why I was talking about, like, speaking to people to bridge that gap so that we understand the genesis of what we are doing.
Yeah,
As much as we are doing music, we have to be very intentional about the things that we do.
yeah,
Um, so that you are not just doing it because you like. I mean, you love music, and that is beautiful. But once you are part of the culture, part of the history, you have to be more intentional and see how your impact can, affect the next generation. So that's
mm,
how I see it.
yeah. That's a very good concept, women in music, because the industry hasn't been kind to women at all. The industry hasn't been kind to women at all. And it's gradually changing. It's gradually
Yeah.
changing, but the change hasn't been fast enough. And then that concept will be very, very, very good. And, continue to do that. And if anything that you want us to espouse, put it out there for you. Yeah, we are ready to do it, because there are a lot of talent in Ghana. With respect to the women, all women concert, do something, do
And I
something.
got, mind you, I found this group from high school, all women, they play instruments, and then they opened. So last.
Mhm. Yeah, folks, we we are having a conversation with Susan, and since Susan is yeah,
Are we back?
yes, sir, we back. I want to, yeah,
Okay.
there you go. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead, please.
Yeah, so we brought, I found a high school band, all female band from
Woo.
high school. They were, putting TikTok videos. I reached out, went for their rehearsals, and then they got a
Oh, good.
chance to open my show at Alliance Francaise, which was really
Wow.
cool for me. And because I remember when I started putting my band together, I really wanted to get, women instrumentalists and
Yeah,
things like that, but
yeah,
it was
yeah.
pretty hard. So I was, happy to see such a group, and they rehearse every day, in school.
Right.
So which was really cool for them as well. It was an experience for them as well, which I
Yeah,
thought was really cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Beyonce has been doing that, and
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, back in the day, in Achimota School, they had a group called the Women's Seven.
Oh,
Women's
nice.
Women's Seven.
Mhm.
I'm talking about the 70s, somewhere there. Women's
Mm.
Seven. They were good. So
Wow.
it's not new, but the fact of
Yeah.
the matter is that it's got to be projected more,
Oh, yeah.
more. It could
Yeah.
be an all women's music festival.
Mhm.
Different groups, different groups coming together to perform and do those kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I think that will catch the eye of some major sponsor to do those kind of stuff, because the industry, I would say, hasn't been kind to women. Not only in Ghana, not only in Ghana,
Yeah. Everywhere.
not only in
Mhm.
Ghana, worldwide, and it's not a pretty sight. Now let's talk about AI. How do you see that phenomenon? Because right now, iHeartRadio, one of the largest radio conglomerates, if I say that, yeah, is pushing hard, or they are not that they are pushing hard. What they are saying is that they are not going to allow no AI related music on their network, right?
Mhm.
And we are also a member of the National Community Campus Radio Station, NCRA, in Canada, and we are also moving towards that kind of side, because is a detrimental kind of area for artists, where there are no regulations right now.
Mhm.
So one has got to be very careful as to what they use. And are you going
Yeah.
to, as an artist, are you going to be benefiting from it? We've been
Mhm.
on this program. We've been talking about this over the past year and a half, that artists should sit up and look out, because what is coming is not pretty.
Yeah.
Right? What is coming is not pretty. And right now, we don't know where we are, right? And
Mhm.
Spotify, to let new people who are listening to us know that they are purging from their catalog. And I don't know why it was so late after they were caught in so many different things. Spotify is purging AI related music and stuff like that from their
Mhm.
catalog. And notwithstanding that, how now and why now? So,
Hmm.
do you think it has impacted? Um, it has had an impact in terms of what artists can go out there and to perform, because it's taken a lot of wind out of artists,
Yeah.
money, tours,
Mhm.
and all those kind
Mhm.
of stuff. So, what's your take on it?
Hmm. It's a very complex thing. It's like it's there right now. How do we fight it? For me personally, I feel like just 2 days ago, or was it a day ago? I went somewhere and then someone was playing a song. It was like a playlist. And then my friend said, "Who sang this song?" And I said, "It sounds like AI." And then she went to check from the person playing, and then we couldn't find the title and realized that, oh, it's actually AI.
Yeah,
And she said, "How did you know?" And I said,
yeah,
there was no soul. Like, there was no,
Thank you,
there was no
thank
soul in
you,
the song.
thank you.
I didn't even say it with any thought, but when I heard it, I just said,
Yeah,
this, yeah, there's no soul. And I mean, it doesn't mean that they cannot start I mean, they are using our content to train the AI,
mhm,
which
mhm.
is not fair to artists that have put in so much to put, music does not just come like that, that you just put in some numbers and then it pops out. It needs to have a certain human element. And so for the organizations that are trying to protect us, I really feel like that is the way to go, because everything that comes, there has to be some limits, because you can't take away the human factor from music. And to me, that's how I feel.
Yeah, there's that resistance to it, because the question last week or so, we had a conversation, and the thing is, where do you draw the line? If I
Mm,
use Suno, for instance,
mm,
um, what, how far can I go? Do I own the music? I don't own the music. It is
yeah,
so complicated to such an extent that you know what, um, we don't know where it's going to end. But artists are the losers.
yeah,
Yeah. And one thing that I've come to realize and learn is that, like, if you put your music on Spotify, for instance, you don't own it anymore. Because when you are putting it there, you don't know that when you click the agreements, you are giving, you're selling your soul to them. Because right now they can mix it, remix it, do anything that they want with it.
yeah,
So the whole thing that we've been having this conversation about is that, Susan, trademark your name, register your name, register your voice, register
mm,
your label, register anything about you.
yeah,
See, we heard about that young lady who signed a $3 million AI deal.
yeah,
You know, what she did was that she released the music first on YouTube.
mm-hmm,
That called the
yeah,
art, right? So, what we've been discussing over here is that trademark your name to be on a very safe side.
mm,
And don't try and go and use AI thinking that, oh, I use this AI music, you are out of the woods. No, 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 you're not. They can come after you.
yeah,
Mind you, like you said something that was very interesting.
mm-hmm,
That when you heard that song, you said it was AI. Myself, I know where when I know that. There's no soul. There's nothing.
no,
There's nothing about it, right?
yeah,
And somewhere down the line, artists are going to benefit from it because if you say that you made that song, now let's go on a tour. Because the
yeah,
listeners would like to see you perform it,
yeah, yeah,
right? So
yep,
what I would say is that the advantage, the advantageous position is lies with the artist because now if you know how to perform on stage,
yeah,
that is where
you can get the
making the
human.
money is going to be.
True,
You cannot
true,
go out there and say, my that's my music. Yeah, okay, we want to see you, buddy. We want to see you. Come and let
true,
us. Yeah, that is what. So
yeah,
it is good if you can perform live on stage and go on tours.
yeah. Now,
As a,
when you go on YouTube and Spotify and all those things, you see a lot of AI music. They
that's
use
right.
this person's voice, and yeah, but it's
Mhm.
true.
Yeah,
People would miss it to get to a point because I mean, as much as we discuss these things, people are going to use it to their advantage till they can't anymore. And
definitely.
but then people are also going to there are people who are going to be craving for that human interaction.
That's right. I actually we will be bringing an expert who he wrote a very good piece on about AI and artists because right now we are just there. It has been there, but we are at the threshold where some of these labels and these conglomerates are suing each other to find a turf and all those. We are in a very chaotic kind of stage right now. But I think what I my advice to artists would be trademark, register, do so many things yourself. Do that because once you are able to do that, they cannot touch you. And going out there to play gives you more money.
Yeah.
Tell you what, the piece that I read, what I took from that person was that his name is Excel Ume. He's in Nigeria. I'll bring him right here, and then we'll discuss that. And the thing is that if you see 2,000 or 3,000, views and all those kind of stuff, or if you release as they are bots. Industry standards, they know that. Now the cat is out of the bag. We know that, right? Don't be scared of that because majority of them may not be what it is.
Yeah.
Industry, the labels buy bots, right?
Hmm.
Oh, it's 400,000 views and all this kind of stuff. Don't be scared. Do what you have to do because at the end of the day, the real thing is going to come. I think we are going to go into a situation where um, CDs will be coming back. You go
Yeah.
there and sell merch. Oh yes, you're going
You
to
need
go there and
something
sell
physical.
the
Mm,
stream because streaming is going coming to an end.
mm,
Streaming is dead.
yeah.
It's coming to
It's
an end.
been
So
too. It's been too. It's yeah. As you said, too many bots.
yeah,
And
yeah.
before I even spoke about the last situation where I heard a song and I thought it was
Mhm.
AI. I've had two situations where two producers, one producer from the I mean, says he's from the US, came and was trying to tell me that he has produced, so many songs, and then he played a couple of songs, and they really really sounded like AI.
Mhm.
And later on, he said he had an artist. I went back, said she had a number of views on Spotify and everything. And then I'm looking at all the videos that they are, sharing, and I'm going back to check where it's coming from, and it seems, oh, it's just manufactured, and
Yeah,
same as another thing. So I've also realized that, okay, people are using that to also scam people, like, I'm going to do this for you, but
yeah,
it's not their intellectual property. So
yeah.
artists too have to be on the lookout for those things.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like I'm saying, I'll still say that, and we've been getting some texts about it. Trademark your name, license everything that you do. Do
Yeah.
it. Got to do it. Your voice, everything, image, everything.
Hmm.
That's the way that you got to do to be able to stay afloat because the time has come where a lot of pseudo artists are going to go down, and then the real artists who are able to go out there to perform and make money. Yes, that's where you're going to make money because if you even if you go and perform in a nightclub and you get 300 people coming in there, or even 100. Mind you, the 100 may translate to 600 because those people who came there to perform, oh, Susan was so good. They will tell their friends and their friends' friends and their friends' friends. So you'll be building up your own real kind of a following, not what algorithms sort of is dictating people. Okay, oh, that person played that music, so it's supposed to be good. So about 500,000. No, if you have a Spotify, somebody, we had an artist, he said, "Oh man, I released this song and I had about 600,000, and how much you do make? 50 cents, $50? That is, you can't live like that. You can
Yeah.
live like that." So the era has come where artists will have to go out there to perform to make money.
Yeah.
That is what it is. So what I always urge people is that trademarking your name and your images and stuff like that is the way to go, so that you know the labels and the AI companies will not be able to touch it because they are suing each other. If you read every day, they are
Hmm.
suing each other. So we are in a very chaotic
Yeah.
stage right now. Um, so my another question that I would like to put to you is, how would you advise young people or new people coming into the industry?
Um, Especially in Ghana, I think I would say that be open to learning. You know, I feel like as an artist, do not neglect the part of artist development, which I'm also realizing, a
Hmm.
lot. Um, it's like we are chasing, as you said, we are chasing the numbers, we are chasing the likes, we are chasing all those things. But when you are doing music, you're not doing it because of only that. You are looking at sustainability because this is
That's right.
something that feeds your soul. It's not just about, especially if you're doing music for the right reasons, it's
Hmm.
not just about, the money helps you to sustain your career. It's very necessary,
Yep.
but it's not the reason why you started. If you talk to people who have actually been in the music, when they did their first song, it wasn't about just that. It was the feeling of, I've been able to put my creativity out into something substantial. And so if you are looking at sustainability, you are looking at, how do I evolve myself, how do I keep learning, how do I keep learning but staying true to myself. Know your values, know what you stand for, and keep going and help the people that are around you as much as you can. Don't overexert yourself, but help the people as much as you can.
And if you have to collab with somebody, because you spoke about collab,
Mm,
if you have to collab with somebody, who would you like to do that with?
hmm, it's a good question. In Ghana here,
No, not in
I've
Ghana. Don't restrict
not
yourself.
in Ghana. I shouldn't restrict.
In general, in general, in general, in general.
In general,
Okay, sure.
um,
Yeah, yeah. Let's start with
okay,
Ghana because
I'll open it
home is
up.
home. Home is home. Okay,
Okay,
let's yeah.
currently, there's an artist that I'm. Oh, let me say, I'm. We are still working on it. His name is
Okay,
Okaija
okay,
Afro. So, do
okay.
you know him?
Okay. No, no. I would
You
like to have.
don't? Okay. From here, you should check out his music. So he's
Okay.
a Ghana artist. He's in the
Yeah.
U.S. He's based in the U.S. currently,
Okay.
and I think he's been there for a while. But
Okay.
when I heard his music, I was really, really moved by his music, and I really felt like there was this soul behind his writing, even in Ghana, because I
Mm.
grew up in a tree speaking,
Yeah.
area,
Yeah.
so my Ghana was not
Yeah.
as strong. So when
Hmm.
I heard him, the way he uses the Ghana, very poetic, and also with the way he talks about references from the sea, but
Mm.
using it's life stories, but using
Yeah.
a lot of proverbs, and he's someone that I've really I mean, recently I started talking to him because I've been stalking his page for a while, but he's someone that I really, really want to collaborate with
Awesome. Awesome.
currently. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. This is something about me that a lot of people don't know. Also, most of my writings and anything that I did with
Hmm.
Nakupenda and all the group was with my friend Emmanuel Kwe. Ima, Ima, talented, very talented. As a matter of fact, some of Pat Thomas's Miwe, all those kind of stuff
Hmm.
was part of it. He did.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I would like to because the fact of the matter is I like blending culture like the Woodamoin and Jajoloy kind of those kind of songs. I love it. I really I think it's high time we bring all those kind of genre of cultural motivated music into the limelight because they are rich,
Yeah.
very very. Now, if I listen to Ulomoyen right now, I love it.
Yeah.
I do. It takes me back, and I say, "Geez, what are we doing to ourselves?" Because the world needs us. We don't need the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
The world needs us. In Africa, Africa needs the. I mean, the world needs Africa. Africa doesn't need the world because we have what it takes to take us to any different heights that where we want to be. So we have
Yeah.
to develop the music. We have to develop everything that we have, and then put it on the world stage, and then they'll
Because
come up.
we have everything. We have
Everything.
so much. We have so much.
So
It's
much. God
how
is
to you
yeah,
know
God was biased by giving us what we have, but I think
Mhm.
we have the power, but we don't know how to use it,
Yeah.
right?
When something is in your backyard, you don't
You
see.
don't see it. That's the crux of the whole. That's the crux of the whole thing. So, what next for you? What is next for you in terms of
um,
the music? What's next for you?
I think 2026 has been a slow wave, but also I'm trying to get into my creative spark of writing, but also I'm looking at more of collaborating, um, and not just having my thoughts written out. I want to work with more people, more songwriters, and put out an album. I don't know when the album will come, but I'm looking at building on that. So that's what I've been working on. The second thing is I've been doing this Own That Stage program, which is performance program, and I've done two editions, I think, from the past 2 years, and I'm trying to build on that as well, because also there are a lot of artists that, yes, we say that they don't perform and they don't know how to perform, but some of them don't even know where to start from, or they don't have access to a band, or the confidence to even do it, or even go and sign up for open mic. It's the whole thing. So that is what I've been trying to do. Bring different people on board to speak to them, give them the experience, how to, be yourself on stage, because I think that is what it's about. You have to
Yeah.
find yourself and be yourself on stage.
Hmm.
So that's on that stage. That's a second project, my second baby. And then the
Oh,
third
yeah.
one,
Yeah.
and the third one is August in August, which is the concert.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that concert is going to be on August 8th, 8th of August at Alliance Française as well. And so I'm also working on that steadily to see how I can build it into, something that is not always in December.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I
Yeah.
feel like there's so much happening in December now. I
There's so
want to be
many
able
things.
to
Yeah.
have, yeah, I
Hmm.
want to be able to have that concert where we are platforming women, not only singers, but performers, in different aspects. Although the first one was more of singers, I'm looking at in different aspects. Um, Someone who does interpretation, the deaf
Yeah,
interpretation,
yeah, yeah,
someone
yeah,
who does that, but in the music sense. So bringing all these people on stage,
yeah.
performing
Oh,
arts as well to make it
yeah.
um, how to own the stage, and it also leads up into own that stage, which is them owning the stage for the night, and also understanding that wherever you are, you have to own the stage as the Black Ghanaian woman you are. Yes,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. Well, great, great, great stuff. Because over here, what we are also trying to do is to establish a school for people with disabilities to teach them how to DJ, how to create beats, how to
oh nice.
do this kind of stuff. That's exactly what we are trying to do because there's a lot to do, and I applaud you for that. Women thing. Continue to do that, and if you need any promotion and everything, just let us know what you're doing.
Definitely.
It's good. Your latest song. Tell us about the song that we were playing. I love it. Tell
Thank
us,
you.
tell us a little just before we go. Tell us how you came up. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I really do. I love it.
Yeah, so good hair day. Initially, someone wanted me to write. I'm very big on natural hair and braids. I'm
Mm.
always, in that. And someone wanted me to do a song based on, their hair products. Or I suggested, just to do
Oh,
like a collaboration
mm.
because I was recording some other stuff. And I had a conversation with her, but I think she was quite busy at that time. So I went to the studio, and honestly, that day wasn't really very, very. We were not getting into the vibe, you know.
Yeah.
Even my producer's sound card and everything was messing up. I
It
literally
was a
had to.
bad day.
I literally had to send someone to come and pick my sound card from the house. We wasted like half of the day,
I love those days.
and
Mm.
eventually I think the song came out to be, as much as it's talking about hair, it's more of like a redemption song of how, you wake up in the morning and then you're not really having the best day,
Day.
it's not the best mood, but
Mhm.
sometimes you have to be intentional and make it a good day for yourself,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
it can be the little things that bring you joy. Sometimes you're not waiting for the big win before you are happy. So how do you find joy in the little things, like going to the
Yeah.
salon and just doing your hair and saying, Charlie, I fine, oh. I make
Yeah.
fine, you
Yeah.
know?
I love
And
it
it's
though.
the little things, yeah. So that's the essence of the song, yeah.
It's really it's so nice because the thing is like I still say that I get a lot more jazz. That's why I've been sending you that jazz Sunday thing to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That DJ is out of this world. He's crazy. Um, yeah. So that's why we try to get those kind of talent. So with those young women, if you get some of them who will be able to come on the show, yeah, sure. Let us know. Just let us know because
Sure, sure,
this,
definitely.
this station has been created just for that because we believe that the best artists have not been discovered yet. See all these people out there, Grammy, all these, there are some artists out there who are better, far better than them, but they don't have that platform to reach where these people are there. So we always create that, platform for people, for artists, as an artist, and to bring people to life. Because when this station was set up about 5 years ago, it was just for to play music, but we said no, we have to create different kinds of programs to reflect who we are as a people. Because I believe strongly that if you have a story and you don't tell the story by yourself, and you get somebody else to tell the story for you, it becomes his story or her story. And we know what history has done to us as a people. So that's the crux of it. We have to tell our own stories by coming out there to perform and to have conversations like this with you. And how do people get in touch with you?
Either through any of the social media platforms, Susan August, SUSAN_August with the double T. Or you can also send an email to augustsusan@gmail.com. Um, yes, and yeah, I mean, reach out on any platform. I'm quite responsive. I'm quite
That's
responsive. I like to be, in touch with the people. I try my best to, interact with the people that have been supportive of me. So I'm always open to conversation, collaboration.
Yeah, that's great, Suzanne. It's been a wonderful time. This is your radio station. I always tell you, we've
You.
been having these conversations, and we always want to bring um, our fellow artists back to see how they are progressing and how. And we're so glad that every time we reach out to them, they come in, and it's a step up, and we love it. Because right now, as we speak, we see so many different people from different countries listening and watching us, and it's always a pleasure to have conversations like this. It's not an interview. We don't interview here. We have conversations. Because if you say it's an interview, people clamp up, right? If it's a
Yeah.
conversation, it's a free kind of well, we can go anywhere that we want, but we have our limits as to where we can go. And thank you for um, spending time with us on this beautiful day. It's you know what? It's a very beautiful Saturday. It's a little bit cold, but today is good. It's like I say, if you live in a very warm country, just stay there and just stay there and just stay there. Thank you, Susan.
Oh,
You know,
one more request.
oh, go ahead. Go
Yes,
ahead.
so
Let's go ahead. Let's go
one
ahead.
more request. I would say that if you ever write a song that you think you'd want me to bless my voice on, let me
I will
know. I
do
would
it
love
within. I will do it just like that with a snap of my. I will do that.
to.
Uh, I have recorded most. See, what I do is that like I write songs, and when I record them, I want to make sure it's right. Right? I've recorded so many with my producer. We've been going at it for close over 30. It's over 30 years, and we have never gotten angry with each other. Even not so. Oh, I don't like that. No, 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 no. Ozzy Gurley, one of the best. One of the best. Actually, he was the man behind Who Let the Dogs Out, and he's got this
Mhm.
beautiful big studio in Toronto, and we've been together for a long time. My all my hits in that Amabos and all, I recorded that with him, and you know what? Um, yes, in anything that if I write, I take my time to release them. Actually, I have written some songs that I should have released them, but I
Mhm.
haven't. And my son is a songwriter too, and he
Oh,
yeah
nice.
he says, man, why did you so that is what it is. Of course, sure, sure, sure. uh, I love that. I would like to do that. I would like to actually
That
gotten
would be
some um, requests to collab with a lot of Ghanaian artists, but
mhm.
time has not been of the essence. But I will make time. I have to make time.
Okay.
I have to.
Okay.
Thank you, Susan, and I will
Thank
we'll chat
you.
right after this. Okay, bye bye.
Bye.